Hello and welcome to the Last Play with the Lords. I am your host, Megan Bent, and in our space today is a very special team just because it happens to be my team. So give a warm welcome to the women's rugby team. We have Sierra Austin, we have Camryn Wood, and we have Hayden Venedam in our space today. So let's talk about it. Starting off with the beginning of the season, how are you guys feeling so far?
Pretty good. It's been exciting.
Yeah, strong season.
Yeah, I feel like this year is, because, I mean, Hayden can probably attest to this. I feel like this year it's a lot more change up with people and positions too. So it's different. I like it. It's been good so far.
It's been a quick season. Like, I think this is the most condensed season we've had in the past 4 years. Like, game tournaments every weekend, like 1, 2, 3, 4 back to back, and then we have a bit of time, and then it's championships. It's gone very quickly, and it's so weird. Like, we're basically end of September. Well, we're in October now, so we're at the beginning of October, and like this weekend is the last of regular season. So
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
oh my gosh,
Right? That went by really fast.
Yeah.
It did go by really
It does
fast.
feel a lot shorter than last year.
Yeah, we have like 3 more weeks.
We played
That's
10
crazy.
games already.
And 2 of them we have off, and then we
Yeah.
have
Wait, so we only have like 2 more weekends of rugby left?
this weekend.
Oh
This
my
weekend, it's
goodness.
championship weekend. Like, that's it. I know it goes by so quickly. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of what everybody probably wants us to talk about. So we have been very fortunate. We have been a strong program in OCAA rugby, and our 40-game win streak and legacy unfortunately had come to an end. But not even unfortunately, let's just talk about all of the good things that happened in that 40 games. So if you don't know the stats, boy, do I have them here for you. So we have not lost a regular season game since October 6, 2019, which is 5 years and 40 games.
Brutal.
And then our last loss after that was the finals in the 2021-2022 season in the gold medal match against Humber Hawks. So that's pretty impressive, I would have to say. Like, regardless of losing, that is, like, when people think of rugby in the OCAA, like, Durham is like right there, which is really crazy. And I think we're all fortunate to be a part of that success. So how are you? Okay, so here's the big question. How do you feel about the loss from SLC? And I'm going to start off by saying I didn't get to play that game, but like, I want to set the tone by saying this. SLC was a damn good team that day. That's it. Go ahead.
I mean, like last year, me and Hayden's first year, we ended up going to the finals, and we were playing SLC. So, like, we knew going into it that they were probably going to be our best competition. And this year they came out strong. Again, like, we obviously had things to work on as a team and still do. Like, coming in and, like, it just feels different than last year, which is not a bad thing. But it means we have to kind of build that chemistry more than we did last year. So it was a tough game, and we'll see them this weekend is what I got to say.
Yeah, I feel like having the reputation that we had, being undefeated for so long, and having huge targets on our backs created like a lot of pressure, and they wanted it a lot. Like, they tried really hard, like they fought for that game. So I think it was well deserved, but still unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't know. Going into that game, I mean, first time ever playing SLC, I could tell there was a lot of tension. There was a lot of, like, anxiety around it, like, so much pressure, like Hayden had said, of we have to win, we have to do this, we have to do this. But we play our best rugby when we're having fun. And I think building up that big win streak and everything just put a lot of pressure, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. But I think going into this weekend, when we face them again, we just have to remember that we're here to have fun. And we play our best rugby when we're playing like when we're having fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, JPR, just play rugby, is a lot of what we say to each other, like, just play rugby. I also think that we've elevated the level of play in the OCAA.
For sure.
It's different this year, like, and not, I don't say that to sound biased or say that to gloat, but there was a lot of seasons where it just felt like we were steamrolling people. And so now we have a lot of competition, and it shows. And the OCAA is getting more competitive. We have OUA players coming in and upping the level, and that's not just for us, that's for everybody. So, like, you're getting some really good rugby now, and you're seeing some really close matches and people fighting and people really putting it out there all on the field. And so I love that. I love that when we talk about rugby and we're having these conversations, like, OCAA rugby is like a contender in that conversation. It's not just talking about Queens and Guelph. It's like, oh my gosh, Durham, SLC, Algonquin, Humber, like, some good rugby's happening. So I think it's really good for women's sports on top of that, and also
for
like
sure.
really good for us
Definitely.
all the way around. So like we said, big SLC game coming this weekend. Not just that, we have our senior ceremonies. And I'd be amiss if I didn't say this. This message is directly from Scott Dennis. Carpool to Thompson Rugby Park this weekend. It's going to be a packed weekend. We're going to have a lot of games there, a lot of fans coming. So if you are coming out to Thompson Park, that is at 110 Raglan Road West in Oshawa. If you're coming to watch the games this weekend, please make sure you carpool. There's going to be a lot of cars and not a lot of parking available. So... or come early, either or, but make sure you look out for parking. But yeah, so big games coming up this weekend. It's always nice to host, don't you think?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that home team advantage.
Love playing at
Home
home.
crowd.
Home
Oh, yeah.
crowd. Do you have some people coming to watch you?
Oh
Yeah,
my
family.
Family.
They're excited. They've been talking about it for like, saying how they couldn't come to the last one. So like, oh, don't worry, we'll be there. We're coming. We're watching them all. So should be exciting.
It's always good to have the men's team there too.
Yeah, true.
Hyping up the games and getting rowdy with the ref.
They play their own game on Saturday. So then like on the Sunday, I've been told like they seem excited to
They're
come
coming.
too. They're like, we're coming. We're
Yeah.
volunteering. We'll be there. We're helping out.
Yeah, I love that camaraderie that we have with the men's teams, and I think like every counterpart has that, where like you're always going so hard for your female team when you're playing, and then when it switches, it's really nice. Like they had a great game versus St. Lawrence. They had a
Yeah.
great game versus St. Lawrence this past weekend. And,
Home
like,
game.
Home game too,
Yeah.
right? It's that home game advantage,
Yeah.
that home team
The
atmosphere.
feel.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so looking ahead to OCAA championships. So OCAA championships are being held at Loyalist again this year. How are you feeling about that?
I think it sucks.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I want to play at
Yeah,
home.
play here.
How do you not?
2
have
years
a-
in a row.
Yeah,
Or is it more
especially-
than that?
3. This will be 3.
Yeah,
This is
why?
third.
So
How do they get that?
how do we not get to host? You guys have been champions last 2 years.
So it's
Make it make sense.
Let me put on my OCAA hat for a second. So what happens is you actually bid to host. So they bid to host. Their bid was successful. That's where it's going to be. If you want OCAA championships to be here, again, reach out to Scott Dennis and be like, Scott Dennis, we want to bid to host championships
Dennis.
here.
Yeah.
Scott Dennis,
Scott
shout out.
Dennis. Yeah, shout out to. He has a lot of shout outs on the podcast. We love you, Scott. Yeah, but I think it's exciting. So the top 2 teams get a bye to the semifinals, and looking at
Wow.
standings, there's been a lot of shift, I would say. So we have 8 teams. There's been a lot of shift in the bottom 5, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been
Yeah.
moving around. So it's interesting to see, well, where even we will end up, but who will be the 5th and 6th team in those quarterfinal spots. So
Sure.
I'm excited to see how that plays up. I think it could be anybody at this point.
Yeah, it really could be. I feel like teams have been going back and forth, so.
By weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
It's been changing.
And then I love that when we have the crossover weekends, because then we get the chance to watch everybody
Yeah.
play and see how everybody's doing.
True.
Very different to my second season when we only had 7 teams. So before Conestoga came in last year, we had 6 games every weekend. So 3 on the Saturday, 3 on the
Wow.
Sunday. It was wild.
It's too much.
It
That's
was too
that's
much.
a
So
lot
we
of
did every
running.
team 3 times. It was crazy. It
And then
was
practicing 3 times a week.
It was exhilarating though. It's just like, okay, what's it going to be like this weekend? But it was fun. So, but now that we're back to 8, we've gone down to 14 games. I think that's a better balance. I would like more spacing between each weekend, like maybe an East, a crossover, then a break, then an East, a crossover, then a break. 1, 2, 3, 4 is whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
You almost
fun.
want the season to last longer too.
Yeah.
Because once you're done, it's like, it's sad.
It's so sad. I know. I get to know you guys. I get to spend like almost every waking minute with you for like the first month, and then bam, it's like
Especially this year now that we've got to like go away and actually like stay
Yeah,
the night
slumber
type
parties.
thing. Have slumber parties.
Oh, I always bring the face masks.
Yep.
Oh.
I can attest to that. She has done a face
Always
mask
on
every
my
night.
Face mask Friday, and then you just gotta plump up the face for Saturday night too. Okay, let's talk about some team dynamics. So, Sierra, you were in your first season with the Lords, and you played at Brock University in the OUA. How's the transition been to OCAA rugby and Durham College rugby?
I found the transition pretty smooth and pretty easy. I think it's helped that, one, I played club with a lot of you guys during the summer, so I know a lot of you, played with a bunch of you, even with McKee, and then it also helped being that my sister has been on this team for the past, 2 years. She's helped a lot with just transitioning and figuring that stuff out. But it's been different, I would say, going 15s to 7s. It's definitely a big switch. 7s has never been a main focus of, like, OUA, really.
Which one do you like and better? You don't know?
I would like to say I'm a 15s girly.
Yeah.
I am definitely a 15s
I think
girly.
our whole team can say
I
that.
think
Like, that's fair to say. I'd have to agree.
Don't get me wrong, 7s is so much fun, and I like love having fun, but definitely bread and butter is 15.
Yeah.
As like a career forward, I understand
Yeah.
because I have one job and it's to crash the ball, and so when you don't have the support of like 3 people behind you crashing in
Yeah.
15s to 7s, it's different.
It's just a completely different game. Like,
It
there's
is.
no coming back in 7s. Like,
No.
if you're down, you're not coming back.
14 minutes.
You're
That's
done.
it.
You're done.
You're done.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So Cam, you're kind of also in this position. So you're in a new position at fly half. How has that position been for you, and the transition to first receiver?
I mean, I like first receiver because I like being a little bossy out there. Tell like where the ball, like kind of like directing traffic, I guess you could say. But every practice, I'm always like, put me back with the forwards, because I do miss it up there, and it's fun. Like it's complete. Like the positions. Yeah, you're playing rugby. Yeah, you're tackling, passing, hitting, whatever. But when it comes like technical wise, I feel like there is a pretty big difference. So, I mean, it's new, it's fresh, it's good, and I do
like
enjoy
a really
it.
strong like rugby IQ, because like
You
I'm
do.
in practice
Thank you.
and you're asking questions that like would never cross my mind, and you're literally like last night you were talking to McKee and you were talking to Pete, and one of your questions you're like, okay, so if they were starting here and then if we ran, I'm not going to say the play, but if we ran this to here and it comes back this way, I was like, that can happen. And so like it's weird because like I'm older, but I learned so much from you guys and your rugby IQ and all of these things, and I'm like, wow, that's a rugby player right there.
I think
I
for
never
playing
thought
like
of that.
for so many different teams too, like the
With
summer,
different
yeah, like
people,
different people,
like-
different coaches, it like can help you a lot.
Yeah. Like you guys have so much, all 3 of you have so much experience. So like Toronto Reds and then Team Ontario and then here and Vikings and stuff like that. Like, man, I'm in good company with you. So it's really
Thank
nice.
you.
I love rugby.
So what do you think of the team dynamic overall this year? So most of us, like you said, most of us are Vikings players in the area, and then some of us have been with the team for a long time. So second year, first year, fourth year team. How do you think the team dynamic has changed to this year from last year?
I think we've like lost quite a few girls, but I think we gained a lot of our friends. Like a lot of Vikings came
I
in.
feel like we've had them. I
Yeah.
mean, for at least us, we've only been
Yeah.
here 2 years, but like, it's more Vikings than we had last
for sure.
year.
I feel like it's a similar like vibes in the summer with Vikings, like now that it is.
Just now
yeah.
7s.
Yeah.
Essentially Vikings now 7s.
Yeah.
Summer rugby. I know, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have 2. So how many recruits do we have this year?
Well, 3 recruited
5.
and then 5
5
all
in
together.
Yeah, man, that's good. And then a lot of us have come back and stuck with the team, so we're carrying 17. So like looking forward to next year, we have a few key pieces graduating. So I am unfortunately, I have to leave. I've been here for too long. I have to go. So I'm leaving. We're losing Heather. We're losing
Nagy.
Carlene, Nagy. We're also losing Sierra unless she comes back. Do you still have eligibility?
I do still have that.
Oh!
I think I won.
Hell, you
year
could keep this
for
one.
this year.
You could keep this one. I know it's going to be so interesting to see, but I think we've always done a good job of not just recruiting, but like growing our talent as we move through the years. And so I'm hoping that like this program stays a powerhouse for years to come. And I'm excited to build like a little alumni network between the rugby players. That'll be fun. Like,
Yeah.
can't wait to be old and gray and be like, back when I played college rugby, and then pull out pictures of like all of us in our gear. Let's have some fun.
Okay.
Let's pull out some most likelies, and this is like my favorite part of the segment because I love to hear these answers. Okay, so who on the team, I feel like this could be any of us, who on the team is most likely to get injured in a game?
I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone.
I'm trying to think of who's gotten hurt this year, and I can only think of you
Meg,
and
yeah.
Maya.
I think I would say
Meg,
Meg.
Maya with
Heather.
her shin cramps.
Oh, true.
That was bad.
That's bad.
No, mine was so embarrassing because like it was literally the
You
first
walked
game.
off.
I did walk off, but then I found out I injured my MCL. I scored the try, and then I stood up. I was like, oh,
That don't feel
that
right.
doesn't feel right. And I was like, you gotta sub me, and that was it. That was all of my
You
weekend.
scored the try though.
I scored the try.
Yeah,
though,
all that
so
matters.
That's all that matters. Okay, I feel like I know the answer to this, but I want to know your opinion. Who is the funniest on the
Nagy.
team?
Nagy,
Yeah,
Emma Nagy.
for sure.
Shout out Emma Nagy.
Yeah.
This girl's always laughing. Like
Like
Oh,
at
she
She doesn't
herself.
have to say a joke.
No,
I was
it could be
talking,
dead silent and you just hear her
Like,
laughing.
or you just
Like,
look at
what
her.
are you doing?
Like I was talking to Amber yesterday, and we were talking. I don't know what we were talking about, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Yeah, blah blah." I look at Nagy and I start laughing. I can't help it. Like I just can't help it, because you know whatever's gonna come out of her mouth next is gonna be so funny.
But she doesn't mean it. That's
No,
the
like,
sad
it's-
thing. Like,
Out of
it's just her
nowhere.
questions.
Yeah.
But she's so
Yeah.
cute. Love you, Nagy.
we love you, Nagy. She's the best goose stepper
Twin.
out there.
Hey,
Twin.
shout out Nagy as a center too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Hey,
kicker.
you never know. We could maybe
Throw her back there.
No,
Throw her
Bring her
you
back.
gotta put her at 9. You gotta put her in the scrum half role.
Ooh.
She was
Have
good,
control of the
but-
ball.
we'll see that. Maybe in off season when we play the university, maybe we should have thrown it at
Get her
her.
in there.
Okay, we had an incident of this already, but who's most likely to talk back to the ref during a game?
Crickets.
Guys, it was a one-off.
I feel like
I would
there's a
honestly
couple
Kira.
people. Kira.
Actually, I just
Yeah,
remember
Kira
that you
did.
did.
I feel
was
like you-
thinking of Kira.
Oh my god, yeah. Either
The
No.
one like I called against you though was like a fluke thing.
I was right. It's okay.
Yeah.
So was Kira.
Kira got
Yeah,
two.
Kira was right.
Kira got 2 in a row.
That's
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty.
But she doesn't mean it either like that. She just kind of
She's
comes
just a
out.
vocal person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
She's also played a lot of rugby, knows the game very well,
Mhm.
so she's gonna
She's just
question
trying to
something.
talk.
She's just gonna
Yeah.
like she's allowed to speak her mind
It's
sometimes.
that scrum half energy.
Yeah.
Like scrum halves are always watching
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on, and she saw
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
Okay, who is most likely to not understand the drill?
Nagy.
Sierra London.
Oh, Sierra London.
Sierra London.
But
yeah,
girl.
I would say or Nagy, but Sierra London won't ask questions. I
Won't.
don't think
She'll just
she'll
wait.
go with the flow and see it out.
This
but
is why I'm never at the front of the line when we start a new drill. I need like 2 people ahead of me to watch what goes
Watch
on
it.
before I go there because I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a fool of myself. So I'm always like, you know what you're doing. Like stand behind Cam. Cam always knows what's going on.
Nagy
So,
always asks for like a walkthrough.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
smart.
I'm gonna say Sierra London.
yeah.
yeah.
Love you.
Let
Okay.
me see.
Who is most likely to drop or knock on the ball? And for those who don't understand rugby, you can only pass a ball backwards. And so if the ball hits your hands and falls forward, that is considered a knock on. So who's most likely to drop or knock on a ball?
I feel bad saying it, but
Me
I
too.
want to say Emma Nagy.
Emma Nagy.
She
But
did-
I feel
she's
like
gotten better.
Danica has good hands, but she
Oh.
runs so hard onto the ball.
She's
She,
running
like,
before. She's
yeah.
running before catching.
But like when she catches the ball, like good luck.
She's gone.
She's gone.
Oh, that hit that she had this weekend?
Yeah. Boof.
Whew,
Yeah.
that was a hard one.
sit down.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. I'm so glad that you guys are my teammates because I would hate to play against you guys because we have some hard hitters on our team, and I know that those bruises hurt
Shout
at
out
the end of the day.
Amber Edgerton.
Literally.
Shout out Amber Edgerton, honestly. I feel like I'm also most likely to knock on the ball. Every time after, so if we're playing flow and we come back and the ball either stops at the middle and we have 3 to one side and I'm first receiver, I like quake in my boots every time because I'm like, Lord Jesus, please don't let me be the one to knock on this ball. And it happens, I feel like every time. So don't put me at first receiver.
Oh.
Okay. Last one is, this is one of my favorite ones. Who has the best Riz on the team? Who is definitely going to be able to pick up somebody if we go somewhere? I think it's Cam.
I would say Cam.
Cam.
What?
Cam's a little
Yes.
Rizzler lately.
Hey.
Grizzly bear.
Hey, thanks guys.
Nagy can
I
be a
was
little
trying to think,
rizzy
yeah.
too sometimes.
Yeah. She doesn't. A lot of the things she does, like her being funny with all that, like it just happens.
Yeah.
It just comes off of her. You
Yeah.
know?
For sure.
It does. Okay, let's get into some more deeper rugby talk. So, which professional athlete do you look up to most as a rugby player?
Portia Woodman.
Portia Woodman.
Batty.
I actually don't watch. I just play. I don't know
I
why.
can name any like
Yeah.
pro rugby player to Cam. She has no
Like,
idea.
I
Sophie
don't
de
think I
Goody, she
know-
has no idea.
I don't know.
How
Is
do you not know who
I
Sophie
don't
de
know.
Goody is?
Is she brunette? Like, I don't know.
She's,
I don't know.
I guess so. She's
Also,
like a light
is-
blondie brown.
Who did you say?
Portia
Woodman.
Woodman.
Girl, you have
Goddess.
to know who Portia Woodman is.
Maybe if I saw
That's
a photo.
crazy.
The Portia Woodman. You don't know who Portia
From
Woodman
New
is.
Zealand.
New Zealand. All,
Michaela
What do they
Blythe.
wear?
Like,
They wear all blacks? Oh,
no, Blackford's, but yes.
oh, but they wear all black?
yeah,
Yeah.
from New Zealand.
Maybe I saw a
Okay,
thing. She
we-
picked a girl up one
Yes,
time.
Yes.
tackle the tackler.
That's
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
or
yeah.
the, she's
And then
the one who like
dropped her,
literally
like,
knocked
scored.
the girl out by her neck in the
Mm-hmm.
game. Like she stopped running, took the girl's face,
Right.
and then kept going.
I
to
love
score.
her.
Alana
Yeah.
Mar? Do you know who that is?
Come on.
That one I've known.
That
she's
one-
never even
she's
heard
on,
that.
she's on
TikTok.
Dancing on the
Yeah.
Stars.
Miss
Miss
name.
TikTok
Dancing
Queen,
with
you-
the Stars.
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
God.
Oh, I
Cam.
saw that on TikTok.
That's her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know her. I
She's
didn't know
like
her name.
a beast.
Okay, we need to have a Jeopardy session with Cam.
Cam.
And
I would
introduce
lose.
her
What
to
sport
some
do you know?
very
Yeah.
Oh, I
influential-
don't watch sports.
Like, at all. Like, none.
Like, I know maybe some hockey because my brother will watch hockey and I watched it when I was young, I guess. But it's more of a I walk into the living room and it's on the TV because my family's watching
Okay.
it.
We need to get her one of those T-shirts that says "Everybody watches women's sports," but I actually make her watch women's sports. Okay, Sierra, what is a rugby player that you look up to? Or sorry, I should say that's incorrect grammar. Who is a rugby player that you look up to?
I don't know. You guys might not know exactly who she is, but her name is Sarah Kaljuvie.
Yes.
She's on the Canada. She played sevens. Now she's making that transition to 15s. She went to Pickering High, so the high school that I went to. Met her a few times. She helped guide me and gave me really good advice when I was younger, because did have that goal of reaching, playing Ontario and continuing that dream. So it kind of built connection and relationship through that. And yeah, she's someone who's really, really talented, but has a good heart, is a good person, and loves supporting that next generation. And she came back to Pickering High to coach a few times.
Also played Vikes.
Yeah, she also did. Oh yeah, I
Or
totally
Juvie,
forgot.
right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
someone you know.
That's someone I know because I've met her.
Finally.
'Cause I met her.
Yes, she did come
know
back
her.
to play club.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like even when she was playing club with us, like so open to teaching and helping develop the next gen. So
She's really sweet.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's someone that I,
I
look
remember
up to.
doing a drill with her. Well, it was with her and against her at the same time, and it was a poaching drill, and like my life flashed before my eyes because like she tackled me, and then all of a sudden like she was over me. I was like, wow. So it really shows you like the level that she plays at. I was like, that's an Olympian right there. It was so crazy. I find I think I am a sports girly because I did sport management, and so I watch a lot of sports. But in the rugby space, I really like Fancy Bermudas. First of all, the name Fancy, that's crazy. Like, I almost want to go back in time to my birth and be like, Mom, you need to come up with a better name for me so I can like capitalize on that. But like, she's having an amazing career right now. She just came off of winning silver at the Olympics with Team Canada, and then the women's first 15s are in Vancouver right now, and I think she scored like multiple tries in those games. She's just fast, she's a beast, and she can tackle really hard. So, and also like local Canadian grown, so I love that. So right now I'd say Fancy is like one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Building off of like the advice that you got from Sarah Kaljuvie, what piece of advice would you give to a high school athlete who wants to pursue post-secondary athletics?
I would say keep putting yourself out there with playing club. Get involved a lot, and also take every opportunity that comes your way. I think like I got pushed to go play Ontario, and I got pushed to do it, and I was kind of like, no, like I don't really want to, but it's opened up so many doors. And I think just take every opportunity that comes your way, whether that be at club, if you get that starting role, play it well, do it well, like be you out there. And then also if you get that opportunity to go play at that next level, take it. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to you have nothing to lose. So why not just go for it?
Yep. I would say, like, growing up, like, when I first started rugby, like, in high school, like, I had just my high school friends. But then, like, my mom not forced me, but she encouraged me to go try Vikings and like the winter sessions, and like I was so scared because I was like looking up to all of you guys, like Sierra and like Maya and all them. I'm like, oh, like these girls know what they're doing. Like I don't know anyone, but like it takes time, and like it may be scary at first, but like once you keep going, meeting new people, like you like it's so much fun, and to keep going with it for sure.
It's kind of like, I guess, a mix of like both of yours. Like it's almost, I would say, whenever you're playing, like try not to stress, like have fun. Like Sierra has said, you play your best rugby when you're having fun, and you also, for like next steps and like opportunities, you never know who's watching you, and like when you're next, like someone's gonna reach out to you. Like just put yourself out there, but make sure you're always just working hard and trying your best, because when that's happening, you're gonna do good.
People notice.
You're gonna have fun, and when you're having, like, you're on the field, like people notice when someone's obviously frustrated or having like a bad attitude on the field type thing. But like you also notice the people who are out there like pumping their team up and positive and having a fun time.
Even if you're not the best player on the team, like that, like you'll get chosen over someone who's good at rugby but has a horrible attitude.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the coach, like whoever coaches whatever, like you're moving on to the next steps. Like typically they've been coaching rugby for a while, and they know when you have like a good attitude and you're having fun out there, you're open to learning, and that's where you'll get better and you'll really improve that way the best.
Yeah, I agree. If you could go back to yourself in first year and give yourself one piece of advice, what would you say to yourself?
Go to sleep. I was so tired. Like firefighting and rugby, it's a lot. Like time management, going to bed early, getting your sleep. Like we're up early for firefighting, and then we had
Every
rugby.
day.
Like it was a lot. Like take care of yourself.
Like it was long days from like, I mean, we have to like drive to school. Like we commute, we don't stay on.
And if you're not 30 minutes early, you're late.
You're basically leaving an hour to an hour and a half early every morning, which is like 6:37 in the morning, and then going from like 8 to 4:30. Like you're working a job in fire. Rugby starts at 5. You got team lift. You got all this stuff, and then go home. Rest,
take care of yourself.
Eat. Drink some water. Go to bed. Get back up.
Go to bed.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
And you, Sierra? So, like, even, like, speaking to your first year at Brock, like, what would you tell yourself then?
Nothing is ever that serious. I feel like school, rugby, you put so much stress on yourself to do well, to do this, like, but it's not that serious. Enjoy it. Like, have fun with it. It's not, like, one day you're not going to be in first year and you're not going to be playing rugby. You're not going to be in school. So learn to enjoy it and learn to take every moment for what it is, and don't stress too much about it, because everything will work out and everything will be okay.
I like that.
I like that.
That's a sermon.
I'm going to use that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that serious. I don't care.
Okay, and my last question to wrap it up is, what is your favorite part about being a DC athlete?
The kit.
Yeah, the kit is very nice.
Okay.
That winter jacket that we got. Yeah.
This year is probably again, only my second year, but from past years that I've seen, like we got a coat this year.
We're spoiled.
Like, yeah, like it's really just appreciating the little things, because it may seem so little, but it's like nothing's that serious. Whatever you're getting, like free stuff.
Like I love it.
Yeah, and then
I'm grateful. We're grateful.
Yeah.
we have like perks, like massage. I gotta get in there on the massage.
The bus?
The bus.
Cool.
We get the
Hotels.
Charlie, the best bus driver ever.
Charlie.
Oh.
Shout out Charlie.
We love Charlie.
No Charlie this weekend because it's a home game.
No.
He has to come.
Yeah.
Someone find Charlie.
We would like to
Yeah.
personally request that we have Charlie for the OCAA Championship weekend on October 26th.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you,
you.
Mr. Duggan and Mr. Dennis.
He's so cute.
We love Charlie.
Oh.
We should get him like a complimentary like
mascot.
rugby shirt.
Yeah.
We should.
Get him a coat.
He deserves it, honestly.
Get him a coat. Anything else that is your favorite part about being a DC athlete outside of the amazing kit that we get? Shout out to Adidas.
We have great resources.
Yeah.
It's really just like the little thing. Like I've never been to like university stuff, but like my sister goes to McMaster, and I've been there and I've seen what they have. And I'm not saying McMaster isn't good. Like McMaster has great stuff, but like there's almost like people think it's college is not as good as university and all that. But when I was like looking at their stuff, looking at our stuff, like we have the exact same things. We have great ATs, like all the like head ATs that look over all like the students. Like the students are great. Then they do a great job.
And they care, like,
and they really do care. And we have like massages, all this stuff. Ice baths.
Massage stuff, you would never see that. Really? So I can book it in? No. Not when I was there, at least.
No, I love that. I think that we get such a holistic approach to being an athlete, and it's not just like our physical talents on the field, but like they want to take care of our mental health, our like health, emotional health, emotional well-being, and there's so many great supports, and this is the best program in the OCAA. I might be biased, but my heart always bleeds green and gold. So I love being a DC athlete. You can't get me in any other jersey. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I was so excited when I woke up this morning. I was like, I get to come and talk to my teammates on the podcast today. I mean, I love talking to all the athletes, but I was like, this one's going to be special because it's my team, and you guys out there get to have a look into how much fun we have. And I'm going to be sad when after October, I don't wake up on a Monday or a Wednesday, and I'm like, oh, I don't need to pack my rugby bag because I won't see my friends today. But yeah, no, it's been, for me personally, like, it's been a great 4 years here at Durham, and hopefully many more, maybe not as a student, but maybe in a different capacity. But I am so glad that being a DC athlete has been a part of my DC journey, and man, I really love our team. It's a good place to be. Well, girls, thank you so much to Sierra, Cam, and Hayden for joining me on the podcast today. This has been the Lord's Last Play with women's rugby, and join me next week as we talk with men's baseball. Please don't forget that you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub, and you can also keep up with women's rugby at DCW Rugby on Instagram. And please, 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 if you have some time this weekend, come out and watch some great OCAA rugby. Yes. We have 4 games, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and we're looking for all of the fans to storm the stands. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.